So what are we working on here?
Alright, so we're starting the cabinet. This cabinet's going to be basically the housing for the batteries, the inverter, also the refrigerator. It's going to have countertop workspace. Then there's going to be a little worktop that will slide out on a hinge. Then we'll have one that'll flip up. So basically, had to match the contour of the van here. We scribed that with a template, transferred it over with a jigsaw. Once we had that contour, we were able to transfer it to the other side. Just make sure your lengths from here to here are even on both sides, same with the bottom. And we have it clamped in for now. We're just using clamps on the fairing strips. We're using all just trim screws, pre-drilling first. The wood's 3/4 inch. And that's where we're at now.
And the fridge is going to go in this opening here. There's a trim kit for the fridge. And there's going to be a divider wall so the fridge and the batteries and inverter won't heat each other up. And we'll have vent holes for the fridge on this side, vent holes for the inverter, charger, and batteries on that side. And the batteries have to be in a separate box from the inverter because you don't want them heating each other up. So there's going to be a little shelf over the batteries as well.
Bam, ba-dam, bam. Done that. Oh well. We got this cabinet basically done. All the nail holes are filled. Let that dry overnight. Just needs to be roughly sanded real quick. And then it's ready for paint. But it came out awesome. Removable shelves over the battery. Came out really good. It's perfect. Fits great. And we have cooling vents on this side too for the fridge, cooling vents for the batteries and the inverter and all on the other side. This was the project of the day. We got this baby mounted in, had to trace these angles. It's secured so well, I mean we could hang on it.
And it's not even bolted yet.
It's not even bolted yet, we're bolting it. So right now we're just trimming it out, got the face trimmed. This will be the top here. There's a divider in the middle, and then you'll have two doors. This is where all your power displays will be up here. And then the tongue and groove will just go right on top of the microwave. The microwave's all situated in here. But it is a massive undertaking getting all these angles were crazy. Then we got it screwed in up here. I mean, it's so freaking solid. The whole van shakes. It's great. All the wires are brought through.
The outlet for this is going to be in this cabinet just behind here.
Got connectors on here for the fridge.
Yeah, I made like our own custom like Anderson connectors here because the one with the fridge didn't have a ground wire, so I wanted to make one where I could ground the metal of the fridge.
So get these cabinets painted, and then we're going to start tongue and grooving, build the bed frame and the bench.
Okay.
Turn it now. That thing goes up.
Yeah. The end. So this is the receptacle he's going to use to charge at either a campground or at his house.
that ties into the inverter charger. And this is where the heater comes in. All United States sprinters after 2007 should have this auxiliary tap into the fuel tank, and there's a cap on it. It was in my pocket, but there's a cap on it, and there's a connector you can order. It's called the Dorman 800-188 connector, and all this other hose comes with the Webasto kit. So this is how I routed the fuel line. There's the pump right there. There was this harness here, and I removed that, and I used that hole to put a plus nut in. And after I put the plus nut in, I bolted the pump to that hole, and then I just zip tied the wiring harness to the pump. And then I went over the heat shield there, over the exhaust, and it goes right onto the Webasto. So this is what the cap looks like that's on the auxiliary fuel tap for the Sprinter. So you can just take this off, order a piece that looks like this, and connect the hose. It's that simple. Alright, so here's a quick update on the 2014 Sprinter build. So I haven't shown the solar panels in daylight yet, so I thought I'd give you a shot of those. We got one black fan in the front and one white fan in the back. The one in the back has the hood on it, so it can be open in the rain. I didn't want to do that in the front because I didn't want to shadow the solar panels. And we mounted them on a Vantech roof rack. They're all wired up. All the wires are zip tied away. None of the wires are on the roof. So inside the van, a lot of the cabinets are built. So this is going to be the fridge cabinet, and this is going to be where the batteries are going in this little spot right here. I've already started a lot of the wiring. We have the TriStar 60 amp charge controller. This is the Xantrax inverter charger, and I've mounted the breakers, bus bars, the shunt, battery disconnect. The fuse box will be going in this section right here, and there will be a cover on it, so you can use most of this for storage. There will be 2 doors, and all the displays like the battery monitor, switches, dimmer switches will be on this piece here. Microwave is going here. Right now this is just screwed into this wood, but we are going to be using plus nuts going into the metal, so it'll be able to handle a lot of the weight. And we're going to go into the back here too, so it's going to be bolted to the wall and bolted to the ceiling, so it'll be very sturdy. Sal's started a lot of the tongue and groove. This was pre-painted, and we knew it would get dinged up. We actually picked it up in Virginia from the client's house, and it's going to get another 2 coats of paint at least. All of this only has 1 coat on too, so it'll get another 2 coats. Once everything's finished, we'll just paint everything at once and make it look nice. That's about as far as we've gotten. I still have to make the doors for these. The countertop's going to be solid hardwood. It's going to be sealed. It's either that or we order a custom countertop, and the client chose to just go with hardwood instead, because this is wider than a standard prefab countertop. Alright, that's about it for this update.